Coffee time reading soon. Good morning, folks. Good morning. It is Thursday, April 16th, the day after Theft Day has ended. And that means we're going to do a tarot pull for you today. I was talking to one of my soon-to-be former coworkers. I'll explain in a moment. But I was talking to her about this, and I said, yeah, I got this deck, the Santa Muerte deck, and I'm not 100% sure I want to pull from it, but I'm thinking I might. So just to give you the facing card, that's the facing card and kind of the artwork and imagery that we're going to be dealing with whenever I pull from this deck. And I'm going to explain what I've learned about it so far too, and we'll add to that as I actually learn more about it. But they thought about it. I bought this deck originally because it's going to be part of a marketing campaign for the dark romance novel I think I told you guys about. I can't pull that cover up now, but whatever. Anyway, there'll be a tarot reading in the newsletters I start to send out, and I do mean blast out. Those are going to go out like a corporate newsletter because I'm not fucking around. I'm tired of working regular jobs. Love the opportunities that I have, but two things can be true at the same time. That's the best fucking cup of coffee I've had in a long time, and it's the same damn coffee. I don't know what's done differently. Anyway, so a couple things to clear the air with before we get started. We'll be doing this early next week, possibly as well. Next Friday's my last day with the company. They are doing seasonal, actually layoffs, and there's a lot more shit about it that I don't want to talk about right now. Nothing bad on my part or any of my coworkers' parts. You guys know how this business is. For those of you watching me and who know how this thing goes, we've probably talked on Teams. Short version of it is, I think, don't have confirmation or any rumors being told, but I think the company's going to take a different direction with their support rather than go with DI. Anyway, it's funny actually too, because when I was doing my poll for Monday, I always do an owl card pull. I do a 3-card pull and I write it in the owl journal. I think I've shown you guys before. It's this beautiful little journal I picked up on like Etsy or something like that, and it's got these little old-time pages, and I do my pulls, and I pull 3 cards. And the last card that I pulled was death, and I'm like, well, I always think about death. I don't always think about death as a transitory. It's the wrong way that I approach death the wrong way, honestly, with that card, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I need to stop. Because when I look at death, I always look at like the concept of what do I have to lose? Do I really need it? And it was always a personal thing for me. In some cases, like Ladon in One World was not on the table for that, but it could have very well been that sort of thing, and that was a physical death. But the death card on its own, these cards are not, my friend, today. The death card on its own is not about a physical death, generally speaking. It's a symbolic death. Something in you had to die. Let's use the worst case scenario, for example. We'll go ahead and just say some kind of addiction in you, or some kind of a situation in your system or life was there and it had to die. And maybe it did. Maybe death came and just cut it all out. Maybe you just stopped whatever the problem was to stop causing yourself pain, because the world operates on 2 scales, pain or pleasure, right? Most people don't know the difference, and they conflate the two oftentimes. So I thought about it from the perspective like, well, I'm always my own personal inner wounds, right? And nah, it's not always like that. Matter of fact, in this case, I just didn't think about it. I didn't think much of it because the 2 cards preceding it were actually really good cards. And as it came to pass, I was talking to my supervisor on Tuesday. She's like, we still don't know what's going on with the renewal. The contract is the short version. No one knows anything. Actually, it's a good way to live your life. But Tuesday night, I come into the lounge to smoke a cigar and get the email that we're all being laid off. And I mean, all of us, we're not going back to feds on the 24th. And I'm like, well, holy shit, there's my cutting away. So I kind of find it funny the cards don't play, but you need to look at the cards. Not always, of course, as I encourage when I'm doing these for you guys, but from a sometimes a larger perspective outside of what your life has been like. I can't shuffle those for shit. That being said, I'm using the Santa Muerte deck today because death is a thing, right? Death is a transformation. Death is a doorway. not an ending, but a beginning. And a lot of people view that so wrong. They take the concept of memento mori and they twist it up just with whatever their perspectives are. And it doesn't have to be like that. I mean, it can if you think you're right. Wherever you are, you're right. Whatever that saying goes, right? That's just how that fucking thing works. But those of us who've been studying, those of us who've been really looking into things, those of us who realize our iPad is off just a touch, there we go, y'all wouldn't notice that, look at this and go, well, death is definitely a thing, but I was actually reminded yesterday or day before that I don't have to worry about death. I believe I'm eternal, frankly. I've been here a while. It's a different story. What I do have to worry about, though, is keeping an appointment. You see, a couple years ago, there was a book called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. When I was at my tax slayer job, I was talking to one of our customers while fixing his software, and we were talking about motivational books. He recommended the book. I found a copy for like $6 used online at Amazon or something like that and grabbed it. And it was the last motivational book I'd read before my world effectively turned to, I say shit, but it really was a transformation, right? And the book itself, it's either that or the Dwayne Dyer book. I cannot remember. I'm pretty sure it was Way of the Peaceful Warrior, though. But anyway, you don't have to worry about death. You have an appointment with infinity. That's the key thing there. So when I was thinking about doing this, and I saw that yesterday morning when I got up and was doom scrolling. Well, I call it fun scrolling because I'm laughing at the chaos. There's the popcorn. And then I go on and tell my one coworker who sees this, I'm like, I should do this. And then I'm thinking about this more. And again, I'm not overly familiar. Tarot is not tarot, but it's tarot at the same time. Reading the intro book on this, and I'm like, it's not talking about all the sadness we dealt with, or the loss we deal with, or sure, that's part of it. But the greater concept is how you really should approach this and the world. And the greater concept is a transformation, something we cannot avoid. I had to cut up parts of my life to come to where I'm at here now. And you guys who know me from work know I am the happiest I've ever actually been. I can tell you stories. But that woman upstairs doing her plotting right now is the best fucking woman in the world, number one. And number two, so many things about my life have changed, and that means those old things died. They didn't retire. They didn't slither away into the ethos to come back later. They fucking died because a change had to happen, right? And so I'm encouraging you guys with however I pull the card, or whatever card I pull here in a moment for you, to look at that through the lens of a necessary change, even if options are presented, because options aren't entirely a bad thing, right? They're not. The more options you have, the better off sometimes, and sometimes not so much. But bear that in mind, keep that in mind. Let that concept of a transitory period or a transitory guide or transitory intuition spur on the card I pull here in a minute. And by the way, for those of you keeping score, as always, I'm going to probably start later. I go in from 2 to 10 today. So we're going to probably start like around 5 instead of 10. I don't want to be drinking. I don't want to finish this bottle and then still be at work. That's just some bullshit, right? A Tempranillo that I picked up some time back. I'm not sure the name because I can't see it. Merce Carne. Yeah. It's 2020 from Spain, and you guys know I'm a Spanish freak. Anyway, one last shuffle and a half. And these cards are ready. I am not. Sorry for the long-winded bullshit businesses. Seriously, it's just Four Sigmatics Lion's Mane blend. That is just rich and good today. I don't know what the hell the thing is. It's a brand new bag. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Anyway, folks, today, our Santa Muerte card into the summer. Wow. Two of Swords. First of all, check out that imagery, y'all. Like, I'm hoping to get a better shot. There we go. Maybe, yeah. Your Two of Swords. In a lot of decks, the Two of Swords is a figure holding the swords across herself or himself, perhaps. And there's a duality and a possible war inside brewing. I don't think that's the case here. In a lot of decks, the Two of Swords has our figure crossing those swords over his or her heart, protecting what from? No idea. I don't think that's at play here either. I think for us, our Santa Muerta deck, los tarjetas del muerte significa simply cut away the excess shit. Twos are all about balance. From a numerology standpoint, yes, I do a little bit of that too. Twos are all about balance, good and bad, evil and, I don't know, not evil. Do it, don't do it. Excess, not excess. What's the opposite of not excess? I don't know. I've thrived on excess for so many years, I can't tell you. I would wonder and posit this to you guys. Where are you out of balance? Cut that shit out and resume your natural, beautiful equilibrium. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, you guys. I will see you next Thursday, unless some cosmic business has happened. Be well.